on the assembly side, we had a green carpet. On the Senate side, we have a red carpet. So other than the carpet, a lot of things are different. There are 40 members as opposed to 80 members, which means I actually get to spend a lot more time developing relationships with my colleagues in the Senate on both sides of the aisle. What's also really exciting is for the first time in decades, we picked up a seat in the state Senate, Republicans did. So we're going from having 9 members to 10 members. We're back in double digits, which is a good thing and a move in the right direction. And I actually have more committees and more vice chairmanships as well.
But there's still a super majority up there with the Democrats, correct?
Absolutely. The Democrats hold supermajorities in both the Assembly and the Senate, which makes it difficult for Republicans to get the sweeping policies done that we'd like to, that we think are really going to address our affordability crisis, address making communities safer and making sure our kids have access to a quality education. It becomes harder when they have a supermajority because that means they don't really need a single Republican vote to pass legislation. It's one party rule. And government, especially American government, California government, was not meant to be ruled by one party. So we are working to get back to breaking that supermajority, hopefully over the next 2 and 4 years here.
Now, one of the things that's on everyone's mind is the recovery from the fires. What's going on in Sacramento in regards to the fires that took place here recently?
Yeah, when I talk about these fires, we know that a lot of the issues that we're forced to address because of the LA fires existed long before the fires. We've known for over a decade that California has unfortunately been failing with its wildfire mitigation, and there are reasons for that. So we saw there was this perfect storm, quite literally, of a lack of humidity, dry vegetation, and Santa Ana winds that cause that uh, added fuel to the flames, and no pun intended there, to make these fires devastating. So between wildfires, between our insurance crisis, our housing crisis, our mismanagement of water, some very core issues that have been at crisis level for the last decade all came to head within the LA fires. Now, that means the silver lining is there's a lot of pressure to fix these issues. One of the things that I've done is when the state of emergency was declared for the LA fires, the insurance commissioner, Ricardo Lara, issued a moratorium on policy cancellations in these wildfire areas. What I've done is actually asked, and I've sent a letter to the insurance commissioner asking that he include the Hughes fire, the Hearst fire, and the Lydia fire in those moratoriums that would directly impact our district in Senate District 23, Santa Clarita, to put a moratorium on insurance policy cancellations, because I know a lot of our residents, homeowners, property owners, commercial, industrial, have been losing their policies for the last couple of years. So hopefully I'll have an answer on that soon.
Terrific. We're chatting with State Senator Suzette Valladares here on KHTS FM 98.1 AM 1220. Newly elected State Senator Suzette Valladares, having replaced termed out Senator Scott Wilk, who did a fabulous job representing Santa Clarita. I know you will do as equal, if not better, job than Senator Wilk, and those are tough shoes to fill right now. You're working on a couple of projects, Senator, including a letter you sent supporting health plans covering hearing aids. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Carl, if anyone knows me, they know that I grew up in a household. My mom was a special needs assistant. The special needs community is near and dear to me, and I've been privy to understanding some of the very critical issues that our special needs families face. I was the former executive director at Autism Speaks, advocating for the autism community. Also happened to have a niece on the spectrum, and when I found out that our children there are 20,000 children in California who need hearing aids, and those are not covered by their private insurance. This is a quality of life issue. This is not something that is elective. These kids, these individuals need hearing aids to hear, to function in their daily lives. And I think it's pretty plain and simple. Senator Shannon Grove and I sent a letter urging for health plans to include that in their coverage.
That's a great idea. And I know another letter you sent was to the president and to Congress to halt a ban on natural gas stoves, which has been something that California impacted coming up in the near future. And I believe there's already a ban in California on new construction for natural gas stoves. Is that correct?
That is correct. And California has some very aggressive and admirable to an extent climate goals, right? We're trying to do our job for our environment. However, too often the policies that Sacramento puts forward one, don't actually get us closer to achieving those goals, but two, become very costly for us, for everyday Californians. And so a few years ago, Sacramento and the governor decided to put a ban on natural gas and gas appliances and stoves. And for me, again, we technology has advanced so much. We have so many new technologies that actually help us burn gas cleaner. And it's silly to me that we're going to place this burden, one, on new construction, but two, on people like you and I who may be doing a home remodel, who may want an outdoor barbecue, and know that natural gas is one, inexpensive, but two, truly, I believe, significant too. I'm Latina. I love me some tortillas, and let me just tell you, I need my flame to warm my tortillas or barbecues. Right? We want to barbecue our during the summer or even during the winter here in California. Those things should not be taken away from us. We should not be having to pay more money to do things to replace these type of appliances. And we're hoping that the federal government will step in to say, no, California, you can't do this.
Great. We want to toast our marshmallows on flames, not on electricity. Senator
Yes.
Valladares, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck up there, and we'll touch base with you soon and find out the good things you're doing out there.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon, Carl.